Halo, the Master Chief Collection. We're checking out the first part of what I hope is a multi-video kind of thing where I'm taking a look at each of the games in the Chief Collection and then maybe an overall one as well. So to start, there's a massive update involved and we're getting up to 4K resolution, HDR support, all at a smooth 60 FPS. One seamless experience, which is awesome. So first off, we're going to show off the HDR. You go to settings and then you're able to go to the video and you get full adjustment in regards to tweaking the HDR as much as you'd like. There's also intelligent delivery, so you can actually pick and choose how your game's downloaded. I think Halo 3 is ready, so yeah, okay. So missing content, and then you're actually able to select what you would like to download out of each of the packages. You can swap in campaign and multiplayer aspects and get them installed. Obviously, I'm starting with Halo CE because it's the first one to download because it is the smallest size. And I thought we'd start with a bit of a bang right off the bat. I really just want to showcase this, kind of go over what's changed and the details involved. So Halo is something I'm very passionate about. I love it and I've played it for basically my entire life. I started with Halo CE back in like 2001 when I was very, very little. The elites gave me nightmares. They were fantastic. Anyways, love the game. Halo 3 is my particular favorite, but it's awesome to revisit this one. And all of them. I love playing the entire series, but I thought this is one hell of a badass way to get started and to show it off. So with this update, they've worked and they've improved the entire experience, obviously taking full advantage of the Xbox One X, whether that's in the single player or in the multiplayer aspects of the game. So for Halo CE in particular, aside from general improvements for speed and everything like that for loading, improved Magnum shot registration for network matches, weapon spawns, for Halo 1 maps, rare mission lost progress has been fixed, and save and quits, improved field of view for split screen players. We're just going to focus on this. Isn't this music just badass? I thought this was like one hell of a way to start killing. God, I love this game. So anyways, other features, enemy placement, varying fixes and restarting checkpoints, Halo doubles fix, and UI disappearing during the Truth and Reconciliation, fixed being sent to the main menu after finishing cross-game playlists, and various text and HUD fixes. So that's the general sort of long list of features that have been improved for this version of the game. It's sort of the long list. There's also support for two-player co-op, whether that's offline or online. So for context, Halo Combat Evolved is the first Halo game. You're the Master Chief. You've been sent to this alien ring, this forerunner ring of Halo, and you're trying to basically figure out what's going on. You're chased by the Covenant, which are the enemy Halo race, or the enemy race in Halo, the main bad guys throughout the entire journey, and they don't like humans too much. So you're here and you are trying to figure out the mysteries involved, dealing with ancient structures, battling a hidden mysterious race called the Flood, which are just monstrous and terrifying for first-time players. And that's kind of the outline of the game. You're joined by Cortana. She's your little AI assistant and an awesome voice. And then you're going around and you're, dealing with things, taking out enemies. The game is stacked with an expansive multiplayer with a ton of maps, even some PC maps included, which is great. It's just one stellar, awesome game. So they've also updated it by increasing generally what features are available, all the skulls, everything like that, and the scores, so you can see your stats being included for your run times, and your medals that you're earning and so forth like that. It's all being tracked as part of one cohesive package. I guess another really cool thing that I should mention is the fact that you can switch to how it looked back when it first released. So this came out so long ago, 2001, and then on the 10th anniversary in 11, they did an anniversary release on Xbox 360. And with that, it completely revamped the experience. It was a beautiful enhancement, but we're seriously getting the best benefits of it on this generation with the 4K. I mean, this is just stunning. The graphics work they've done is just absolutely amazing. Not only that, but in terms of the sound remastering and the weapon sounds and everything like that, it's just a beautiful tweak. But there's something about the original game that still looks beautiful, and the fact that you can switch between the two visuals at any point, at any moment, is just magical, and it's awesome. It's really hard to go over everything in this because I love these Halo games so much, so I get a little all over the place, like I've mentioned, just because there's a lot of nostalgia and there's a lot of love for these games that I have. I played them a lot. In this Chief Collection, I've got nearly 900 hours right now. Jeez, I'm wasting my pistol. Of game time put into this, and I absolutely love playing it. So we're going to switch to another level so you can see what it looks like, and then we're also going to play some multiplayer. Alright, so we're checking out the Truth and Reconciliation level. I wanted to show a later one when we were in the snow, but there was an issue where I was recording it, and when I was switching between the different old and new school Halo, it was like freaking out the recording, and yeah, I don't know what was up with that. Definitely a little bit of a glitch. So we're going to not really switch back and forth because that obviously causes some mass problems occasionally, and I want to get this worked through, so we're just going to enjoy it in the enhanced visual style. So yeah, they've done a great job in terms of, patching this up, making it look beautiful. Halo Combat Evolved is just absolutely spectacular. In this release, this is the way it was meant to be played. Well, now at least. I truly am just blown away by the style and the care to really making it feel like the original Halo, because what they did is they just layered over the new visuals on top of the original style. So it has that classic, distinct style that you remember, and it just plays just like how you used to play, with that extra little bit of nostalgia for you. But it looks way better than it ever did. And even though this was a remaster done for the last generation, I think it truly stands out this time around. Because, I mean, to take something that was, I guess it would be 720p on the 360 and to make it run in 4K like this, and to have this kind of result is just absolutely spectacular. I mean, look at this. I mean, obviously we're not at Halo 2 anniversary level details, but that was done years later. But I think comparably this does hold up incredibly well, and this will be the version of the game we'll see for a very, very long time. There's not really anything comparable when it comes to Combat Evolved. Even for the PC efforts, I haven't seen anything quite like this. And I think this was a really good starting point for the the turnover and the new company coming in and running things. Down you go, bros! I don't know. Personally, I think this is one stunning game and one great effort to bring back something that is so beautiful and so great. I mean, obviously, there's the multiple different types of difficulties that you can play, so it is accessible for anyone, but it is a lot harder of a game because it is older. I personally don't find it too difficult, but I know for some players this one can be a hard starting point for Halo, but it's well worth it once you learn the mechanics and continue on, and the story itself still holds up so well. You get one really epic tail. Bam! Nice shot there. That was kind of really poor of me there. Blow that guy up. And the levels were so interesting and varied in this one. So we talked about the scale, and we talked about like sort of the design of them. But it was just very interesting in the element of choice. So because the areas are open, you're able to really tackle different sections in fresh ways that other people might not think about. Like you have the direct linear path that you can take, you can go in, and you can battle, and you can shoot everything. But some of the levels offer elements of stealth, and some of them offer like flanking paths, like we're taking this way. Like I could have come in here and done this quietly, and I could have had great results with it. I did a little bit of a forward charge because I'm sure people want to see some action going on. But you can really tackle it however you like, and that sort of choice helps make Halo so special. And then there's these heavily scripted cinematic segments that were so fresh for the time, and the way it still holds up. I continue to be impressed by it the more I play it. and getting apparently point blank shot by that grunt. The checkpoints are alright, you know. Could be a little nicer, I guess, but that's just how it was back in the day. Actually, I think they did clean them up a little bit for the anniversary release. Anyways, that's Halo Combat Evolved's campaign. Let's jump into the multiplayer. And with that, we are in an online match of Halo Combat Evolved. So, yeah, it's the original multiplayer you remember. Currently, it's available as a 2v2, a doubles playlist. This is Beaver Creek, and I don't think I actually mentioned it, but Halo Combat Evolved is all about the pistol, the Magnum. It's super powerful, and yeah, it's a lot of what the game revolves around. It's like the battle rifle of the original title. Ow. So this is a very competitive, classic style of multiplayer. This was one of the defining LAN experiences back in the day. People still love playing it. I still think it just runs so fluidly. It's smooth. It's still got that edge to it, and it still looks good. I still think it does have that quality to it that makes this sort of a timeless experience. And to see it running so smoothly is just absolutely amazing. Now, this one was a lot more geared towards large-scale maps, so it's kind of weird to see it just as a doubles playlist. They had an absolutely massive roster of maps present in this game, but a lot of them were, again, large-scale, huge, expansive worlds to battle in. They took the same sort of formula they had for the campaign and applied that to the multiplayer, and it worked beautifully well for large-scale big team battle setups and everything like that. It can be a little bit slow in the Chief Collection. I know I feel a little bit of an agonizing pain when the maps would show up in big team battle, but they were a lot of fun to play, especially when you get some of the classics like Timberland, and I think it's per edition where you're shooting up at the top. It's hard to keep track of the names of them because they love re-releasing maps, the different versions of Halo, and then they give it a different name. Because Halo 2 has like Lockout, and then it's Blackout in Halo 3. And then I think they gave it another name in the anniversary version of Halo 2 Anniversary. Or they might have the, I don't know. They keep changing the names, but it's the same map. It's rather interesting. I'm sorry, I'm just so happy to be playing this. It's experiencing how beautiful it is. To see something, you know, you've played your whole life, and to see it get a fresh coat of paint is always just such an absolute treat. And I didn't think they were going to spend the time to give this collection the care they needed. I actually was writing about this quite like a year or so before they even announced it, that I really would have liked to see a 4K relaunch of this package, and it seems like, yeah, they've delivered. So I'm taking total credit for that. That's definitely what it is. 100% me on this one, guys. You're welcome. But I mean, now you can actually go and experience this with proper LAN support, because I know a lot of people like to recapture that traditional magic that they played back in the day with friends. So they've got that added in this particular update. But generally, just crap. Sniping was always weird in this one for me. The visuals are looking amazing. I know we're kind of getting more of a standard look at it with this being just a small map layout. Stick your head up. I want to shoot you. Come on. But I mean, it is a good indication of how Halo Combat Evolved, the multiplayer aspect of it, actually still runs. Why are you shot in the back? No, that was in the front. Come on, go get that guy. So yeah, generally Halo multiplayer, if you've never played it, competitive matches are always the thing. I mean, it is social too, you know, a little bit more casual if you're having fun. They do have these things called hoppers that come in, and the hoppers are just mixes of fun little sporadic game types that you can play. There's a lot of game modes present. This one had a ton. That's where a lot of the traditional Halo modes come from, is this original release, and they add a few every now and then. But the standard ones present in this game have really been the focus of the entire series. You've got your Slayers, you've got Oddball, you've got Capture the Flag. Capture the Flag. You know, Oddball, Play Ball. You know, classic things like that with the special Halo announcer guy that's so awesome and badass. And then on top of that, you know, just a huge selection of content in this original release. Get back here. And I still think it does handle well. The FPS boost is great. This is the best way to experience it. Get your ass back here. Oh, I get hit in the back. Great. But there's something about this classic style of Halo that I still think holds up so well today, and it's something people should still experience even if they are playing, you know, the newer one, Halo 5, or even Halo Infinite down the road. These games hold up for their style, their look, their visuals, their fun gameplay. Because keep in mind, this is ancient at this point. The visuals on this is multiplayer, and they clean up so perfectly well in 4K. It's just unbelievable, actually. But you can really tell in very, very good games, even if they're very old, there's something about the graphic style of a classic that just seems to always hold up. No matter how much you revamp it or update it, the original one will always hold steady, and that does stay true with Halo Combat Evolved. I don't know, I'm kind of just really excited for it. Bungie knocked it out of the park with this when they released it, and it basically made the Xbox successful and made it a brand. It was this game that, you know, changed it. And then Halo 2 revolutionized multiplayer, but I'll go into that more when I play Halo 2, because I played a hell of a lot of that, and I know a lot of people did. But you gotta have respect for the original, and that's what this is. And this match is going on way too long, may I add. What is the score to in this? I think it's like a 20-minute game. 8:23 we have? Oh, did he shoot me? I thought I had him with a hit and stuff. I feel like such a casual. My other guy's like carrying me, basically. So one of the things they did with these maps is they made them very random. And I love that about this one, is that they're not all symmetrical. They're very weird. Asymmetrical, obviously, but the styles are weird. There's like teleporting. It's like they were just trying to really come up with random neat ideas that might work, and they just played around with it to see, you know, what might actually be something people would like, and they provided a wide range of maps with different environments and setups and scale, and it just kind of meshed together as a great time that everybody, you know, still goes back and heavily plays to this day. Damn it. I'm blown away by the character models. It's just, there's something about it that still looks so good. And the fact that it fits the widescreen, the 4K well, without problems is just magical. And how fast the matchmaking was. I was literally in a game within a minute. Completely, you know, not like as in I matchmade and found a game within a minute. I matchmade, loaded the game, and was playing against other people within a minute. Which is just phenomenal. I hope I don't kill my teammates. What is the score up to in this? Oh. Anyways, I think that about covers it for Halo Combat Evolved. Definitely worth checking out if you've got the collection. All the games are, but this is one that you should give a chance if you've never played it. The campaign is wonderful. The story really sets up the entire narrative and the atmosphere for the entire Master Chief Collection. And the multiplayer is still worth checking out, especially if you can end up in a big team battle match of it. I'm not sure if they removed it or not. Bam, down you go, man. I sniped my teammate.